Last year, we crossed over into Progreso, Mexico, along the Texas border down in the Rio Grande Valley. And one of the very cool things that we saw were people with carts with frozen drinks and elotes, which is corn to us. And so I'm going to show you today how you can make your own elotes in your kitchen. And I thought we would try that today and show you how to make that to spiff up your Mexican meal with an unusual side dish. We will be putting a little bit of vegetable oil, probably a couple tablespoons, and we're going to go ahead and turn it on. I'm doing that because I'm using an electric stove. Those of you who are blessed enough to have a gas stove, you won't have to be preheating as long. But now we're going to move on to the corn. I will be preparing 2 meals today, so I will have 2 ears of fresh corn, and I'm going to go ahead and take the corn off the cob, and we're going to begin this process and shucking the corn and removing all of the silk. I have experimented with a couple of different ways of cutting the corn off the cob and not making a super mess. The cutting board doesn't work really well, so today I'm going to try to cut it in a bowl. And I've noticed that if you start about halfway down, it works a lot easier. This works a lot better because it's not flying everywhere. Last time I tried this, it did fly everywhere. And I will do the second one. I have a whole drawer of fancy knives, but frankly, I use my steak knives for almost everything. I guess that's why I'm a cook and not a chef. I'm going to toss in a few kernels of the corn to confirm when the oil is hot. And we can see it's not ready yet. Well, I see they're starting to sizzle, so we will go ahead and pour in the rest of our fresh corn. You may have a few wild pieces of silk in there, but that's okay. Spread it out evenly in your pan. We can tell that it's sizzling. I'm going to turn up the fire a bit. You'll just have to be careful not to burn or scorch the corn. You'll be constantly stirring it. And now I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning, so as it cooks, the seasoning will be included. Just a light bit of it. We don't want to over salt. And of course, ground black pepper. And one of the most important ingredients is ground chili powder. You can get a variety of chili powders. I have chosen a San Antonio style chili powder. We do go to markets that have a variety of chili powder. You can get California chili powder, New Mexican chili powder, Tex-Mex chili powder, just a whole variety of, but today we'll be using San Antonio chili powder. I have added a few tiny pieces of serrano pepper. You can add jalapeno pepper, habanero pepper, just the pepper of your choice that will give it a little bit of a different flavor. And of course, this is a Mexican dish, and it needs to have a little pep to it. I'm going to continue to stir this over a medium-high heat, and as you can see, it's browning nicely, and the kernels are getting warm and softer, and the flavor is seeping in from our spices, and this is going to be so divine. This is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the fire and place it in the serving dish. I think this looks good enough to eat. It was simple, and fresh corn is available most of the year. And again, you can cook this in a pan, on a griddle, on a wok. I prefer the pan just because these little guys tend to run. Bon appetit!